Well, I wanted to show you what came out of my Eustachian tube tonight. I had a severe allergy reaction the last 2 to 3 days. My neck, where my lymph nodes are, was very, very sore. Extremely sore. In fact, I had never felt it that sore before. And my right nasal passage was very swollen up. I kept using 4-way spray in my nose just to get my nose cleared so I could breathe well, and it helped relieve the pressure there also. And I was taking Sudafed, and ibuprofen as well would help the pain in my neck, which would the pain radiated up from my ear up to my head so that I had a slight headache, and it radiated down my neck. I'll show you. It radiated all the way down the muscle here, and when I massaged the muscle here, I could feel back in my, I guess my Eustachian tube, I could feel it open and close, sort of. I could hear it kind of pop and wiggle as I rub here, and I felt not a clogged ear like I had before, but soreness, and I knew there was something going on in there. Didn't feel like there was fluid slushing around, but I knew there was some kind of blockage or something. And then, lo and behold, tonight, right after I used some 4-way nasally, the normal directed way, by just inhaling it into my nose on the right side where I felt the congestion, I guess I sucked in, kind of going, sucking a little bit of the snot. Yuck. And that sucked this big glop of stuff out of my Eustachian tube, and I felt it in my throat, and it made me cough because it almost went down my windpipe, and I coughed it up and into my hand, as if you had severe chest congestion, you could cough up phlegm, and this is what came out. And I know it fell out of my Eustachian tube. I felt it happen. This is what could be in your ear. This is after I've dissected it a little bit, trying to figure out what it exactly is. It appears to just be very thick, dried up mucus. I mean, not dried up solid, but very, very, and formed. It was formed, as you can see from the other photos, it was formed into a tube, sort of, like the Eustachian tube is. And this is filled with blood. I guess there's blood in the Eustachian tube for some reason, or because maybe the membrane's swelling and drying from the spray, the nasal spray, maybe that makes it crack and bleed a little bit, because there's blood vessels right near the surface of the membranes in the sinus cavities. So that could be what the blood is from. It's hard for my camera to focus this close up. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to focus on it any better. You can see from the photos, though, you can see from the photos that I did get some good close-ups of what it looks like. And then you can see here I am poking at it with your average screwdriver, so you can see the size compared to that, and you can see its reaction. This is how it looked kind of initially. The fluid that was in it has been sucked out by the paper towel I put it on, which you can see here, kind of a yellowish, clearish fluid, and what's left is even more dried up kind of membrane or mucus. It's really probably just mucus and not actual membrane or tissue out of my body, but that's what it certainly looked like when I first coughed it up. And it does have, some of it is pretty solid here. It could be some kind of a piece of something out of me. I don't know. It's very weird. But it's no wonder that I was having such discomfort. Ugh. With that thing in me. Ugh. I'm so glad it's gone. Yay!